So I'm going to show you my hack for doing rave braids in under 3 minutes, maybe up to 5 if it takes you a little bit longer to do your space buns. So I divide my hair into pigtails, then I tie them up high, like you're making space buns, which is what we're doing. Try to speed up the video slightly here. We all know how to make pigtails. Alright, so once you have your 2 high pigtails, you're ready to attach your braids. So they're either store-bought ones that are pre-done, or at the end of this video I'll show you how you can quickly make your own for really cheap. So you just loop the elastic over and then loop it again as many times as you need to make it secure. Then you'll repeat that for the other side. Make sure they're even, and then just a simple twist. I'm going to create our space buns. So loop it around underneath the hair. And then you're going to secure it with a hair tie. I like these like bigger ones because they kind of hide the joint a little bit. I know they're a little messy in this video. Like I kind of like did them quickly. I do slow down a bit like when I'm actually doing it for rave, so maybe it takes like 5 minutes then instead of 3. But literally like this took me like 2 minutes and 40 seconds to put these in. So twist the second one around, secure with a hair tie, and there you go. Rave braids, under 3 minutes. Easy in, easy out. You can take them out like under 30 seconds. You can wash your hair. You can change them every day so they match your outfit. So they're really secure. I've worn them to a fest. I've changed my colors every day, usually to match my fits. So they're secure like through dancing. They don't fall out or get loose. And then super easy to take out. At the end of the night, just take off the top hair tie, take out the pigtail, slide them out. And the fun thing about these is you can like reuse them. So I reuse them for another fest, switch the color the next day, save time, save money. So I found these braids, like I've seen pre-done ones under $5 on Shein or like on Amazon, like $10. So you can buy them like pre-done or you can do your own. So I'll show you that at the end of this video, how to do like braids simple on your own. So when I'm done with them, I just coil them up nice and loosely, and then I store them in these these are surgical bouffants that I get from work. You can also use like hair nets or like a little Ziploc bag. Just keep them nice and neat and save all your colors and switch them out. Have fun. So in the second part, I'm going to show you how to make your easy own bubble braids. So the supplies you need are the braiding hair, some hair ties for the tops of each of them, and then little hair ties to secure them as you go along. I have these like small light colored ones, and then some bigger like just multicolored ones that I can match the hair with. And then I can put little like beads around them so you won't see them, or I can just like leave them as they are. And then I like to have a wide tooth comb. It's like the easiest to comb through it without getting tangled. So I like using cabinet hooks. Like you can use them in your kitchen if you don't have ones in your bathroom that are high enough. I like to have those. That way I can hang them side by side, and as I braid, like make sure like they match. So you want to take your braiding hair. I can't get this rubber band off. Let's cut that. Shake it out. Sometimes it comes braided and sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't come braided, I braid it like for storage until I'm ready to do my braids. They just keep from getting tangled. So you want to split the hair in half as evenly as you can for your two sides. So I think those are pretty even. You take your big hair tie, and that goes to the top. Make sure two halves are even. Alright, so I couldn't find my other hair tie, but searching the floor, but nope, I got caught on my other hair. After you have around the hair tie, take one of the smaller, like rubber band hair ties, and that goes to the top to secure that loop on the hair tie. Like, I learned to do it just by watching YouTube videos. They're fairly easy to do, depending what you do. Like, you can do like more complicated or less complicated things. I'm gonna do something pretty easy, which are bubbles. I think this one, just like two bubbles on each side. I'm using these like smaller ones. I had them a while, so some of them break, I think maybe just because they're older. So I'm just doubling those up. Just because they're nice and light and they're thinner than the other ones, and I think I want to put beads around these. So just make sure each bubble is even. And then I just fluff it out a little bit. Make sure those rubber bands are still even. And you can find like pre-made, pre-braided ones on like Shein or like Amazon for like Shein, like maybe like $5, and like, except you gotta wait for shipping. Amazon, I've seen them for like 10, and they're all pre-braided. Then you can skip this step. All right, so I'm gonna speed this part up right here. You don't need to see me braid all the way down. I'm just doing bubbles straight down on both sides. So just match your hair ties all the way down, making sure they're even, and then do the same on the second strand, just making sure they all line up. That's why I like using these hooks, so I can see that how everything's like nice and even. And there you are. There are my finished bubble braids. All right, so those are my braids. If you're not gonna do any like beads or anything, or if you're fine with the bands, that's cool. Like from far away, like unless you look up close, these bands blend in really well. So, or if you did like color matching ones, like then you're done. So I sped that up since I did just bubbles straight down. So like from like dividing the hair down to where we are now, that about 25 minutes, not bad. What I'm gonna do with these is just put some like little metal beads on them. I got these off Shein, but they also come on like Amazon. They're just little metal, lightweight beads. I also have some like little like loops and my little dangles. So let's see what I want to do with these. So they're really like just thin and flexible. So you want to leave the top one alone because that's going to be where it's secured underneath your space buns. Let's wrap that around. Sometimes they're bigger and they're like, where it's bulkier if you don't do skinny ones and it's open on the back. Then I just do 2 back to back. So I just pinch that around my braids. Some of mine are like slightly different designs, so like finding 2 at a time with like matching cutouts. There might be an easier way to do these or a tool or something, I don't know. I've never watched a tutorial on that, so this is just what seems to work for me. I've only watched tutorials on like how to do like different braids and stuff. It's a little tedious doing these. You can do something else. There's other clips I have. I might alternate that. I like tons of like other like, you know, for like little kids, these little like butterfly clips that were popular back in the 90s, back 2000s, bringing those back. So I think I'm gonna alternate those with the metal ones. Those are quick, just and a little too thick for those. I have bigger ones. Let's do the bigger butterflies. Alright, so you get the point, so I'll finish these up and get back. Alright, so I've finished my little embellishments. I think I'll add like 2 more these little silver hoops at the end. And there they are. Just gonna brush out just the ends a little bit. The last thing I do is just make those bottoms even. That gets rid of like some of the hair that's kind of ratty at the end. As you comb through, some of it will kind of like dangle down. There they go. And those are my final braids. Did some butterfly clips, some of these little ring loop things. Butterfly clips are glow, so that's fun. So the black light flashlight, fastest way to charge anything that glows. That's fun. So they don't get tangled. Store them nice and neat. Just grab them, just wrap them around nice and loose. I'm an OR nurse, so these are just OR surgical bouffants. So these hold them really nicely, but like even like a Ziploc bag or like a hairnet or like store them really well. Then they don't get tangled. And I add it to my collection. So these are my completed ones. All different types. Some have little embellishments and some don't. There's like plastic clips on some of them. Some of them I have like the beads. The beads are the cheapest. There's like colored beads too. Like these are all my supplies, so more bouffants to store them in. Just a bunch of little clips, like the metal beading, colorful ones, and butterfly clips. Those are more hair ties, different kinds of metal beading. Star clips, these are like little flower clips. These are like more little flower clips. And then these are more colors that I have yet to do. But the fun thing about this is you can change them every day to like fit what you're wearing. So I like to like use them like color match if I can. And then you can take them off and I store them for the next festival. And also, I don't know how well, I've never tried to wash my hair with these in, so I don't know how well they wash. I imagine not good since it's like fake hair. Especially when you get sweaty at a festival, I'd rather just wash my hair every day and then take them out and save them for the next festival. Like some of these I've worn at least once and then they're ready to go. So over time, you're saving tons of money than if you like got braided like once per fest. Like I've seen like these finished ones selling on like Etsy for maybe like 50 to 70 bucks. And like, if you do your own materials, like if you go as cheap as Shein, like if your festival's further out, you can save money. It's like $5 for like just one of these things of hair. Like less than that. And then hair ties, you can buy at Walmart or Dollar Tree. If you want to buy embellishments, you can, but you don't have to. I'm like, you can just leave them around. Just like those just have hair ties. Those don't have any in the embellishments. So, I mean, at the very cheapest, you could do these, like have a set of pigtails for $5. If you buy them on Amazon, I see the hair going for like $10. So 10 to 20, depending if you do embellishments. Well, that's A lot cheaper than having someone braid in your hair or buying them pre-done. I've even seen like pre-done ones on like Amazon and Shein. So you could even buy them pre-done and not have to go through the steps of braiding. So, hope that helped.